welcome back to the channel. It is January the 2nd, about 50 degrees, not too bad. We are gonna discuss the reasons you should buy the 2026 Ducati Panigale V2 over the 2025 Yamaha R9. So let's jump straight into it. Reason number one will be the horsepower. So looking at the numbers, this is all on paper, so we don't know how it's going to pan out in real life, but on paper the Panigale V2 is coming out with 120 horsepower, which is still down on the previous or outgoing model, but it's still higher than the Yamaha R9's 117 horsepower. So that is one reason. Reason number two will be the weight, which for me personally, that would be the biggest deciding factor, the weight. So just to give you perspective, the Yamaha R9 is coming out at 430 pounds, which is the same exact weight as my CBR 1000. So it is not a light bike, even though it is 890 cc's and 3 cylinders. It is not a light motorcycle. The Panigale, on the other hand, looking at the base model, is coming in at 395 pounds, but that is without fuel. So let's add 4 gallons of fuel, which is about 6 pounds per gallon, so 24 pounds added to the 395. So we're looking at 419 pounds compared to the 430 pounds. So the Panigale is significantly lighter than the R9. And if you go the V2S, which is the upscaled model, it is 388 pounds dry plus the 24, so it is even lighter than the R9. So weight is one deciding factor if you're considering it. So weight wise, the Panigale is a better option than the R9. Reason number three, which is similar to what we just talked about, and this is all on paper, so I could be wrong once the bikes come out and we start riding them, but I have seen the Yamaha R9, and it is not a small motorcycle. It is the same size as the bike I'm sitting on. Even looking at the dimensions, the wheelbase is longer than my CBR 1000, and it sits higher than my CBR 1000. It's just the width that is narrower. So it is not a small bike proportionally. Like you would think it will be a small bike, but it's not. But a Panigale, which is a V2, is likely to be a narrower and probably a smaller bike. So yeah, reason number three is the size. The Panigale is going to be a smaller size than the R9, which can be a plus or minus, but for me, coming from my perspective, it is a plus for me. But if you are a bigger person, that will be a negative. So yeah, that is reason number three. So reason number four is the Panigale V2 is a brand new motorcycle, or let's say a brand new technology. And the reason I say it is a brand new technology compared to the R9 is the R9 is a new design, but the engine is not new. Whoa, man, these bumps. So if you're someone looking for all new technology, state of the art, the new toy, the V2 is a better option because it is all new from the ground up compared to the R9. So new technology is reason number four to get the Panigale. Oh, what is this guy doing? To get a Panigale over the R9. Reason number five why you should buy the 2026 Ducati Panigale V2 over the 2025 Yamaha R9 is the price. So I am saying the price, which can be misleading, but hear me out. So this is for anybody who had thought about getting a Panigale but then thought it was too expensive to buy. Now they have this Panigale that is a lower cost. So if you were initially wanting a Panigale, but because you were looking at maybe paying 19,000 for the base model V2, they have this Panigale coming in base at 16,000. So the price can be a factor for those who had flirted with the idea of getting a Panigale, but the cost was what was putting them off. This is a little less expensive than the base outgoing model, so at the expense of power, but I don't think it's a bad thing. And the last reason, the Panigale is looks different from other bikes. And also for someone like me who has only owned Japanese bikes, it would be an adventure to try that. The Italian bikes look a little different than the Japanese bikes, which are majority of the bikes we ride here. So if you want something different, the Panigale is a better option than the Yamaha R9, which looks like an R1 and R7 mashed up together. So yeah, those are my reasons, and I'd like to know your thoughts, if you agree with what I said, or if you have reasons for or against, or if you don't prefer either of them, what would you pick and why would you pick that? All right, thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.